What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am back out here at the river again. We are going to be doing some more crappie fishing today out on the river today. The water looks fairly well today, so I stopped by to see if we can find any crappie. I hope everybody today is going well. We are hoping to be able to put some fish in on live for you guys today, so y'all tune in, and if y'all don't mind, hit the like button and the subscribe button, man. It'll help my channel grow. I'm new to this, I'm getting started, so hopefully I'll be able to bring some content to you guys where you guys will be able to catch y'all some crappie. We're going to go over setup here in a second, and I will explain everything what I do to be able to catch these crappie on these rivers. So y'all tune in, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to put y'all on my chest, and we're about to get at it. Alright guys, got y'all mounted on. Let's go over setup here today. We're going to be using my 7.6 ACC crappie stick with my Pro Target Lose 1000 series, and we are going to be throwing a double 16th with a double black and chartreuse today. The water's got a little bit of a stain, not very much, but that is going to be the setup today and the technique what we're going to be using today. For y'all that don't know from the last video, or if you're new to watching this, we're going to be fishing the eddy break. And what an eddy break is just where you find the slack water, where the water is coming down and it starts back currenting back. So that's what we're going to be fishing. And the ideal thing is about fishing the river is to stay inside of the break. And what I mean by inside is on the inside of the break where it starts to break. Don't throw in the current or in the current, excuse me. You want to stay on the inside, away from the actual current. Catch where it starts breaking off at. That's where you want to start fishing at when you're fishing the river for eddies. To be able to catch these crappie, you want to stay inside of the break. So what we're going to be doing is just fan casting straight out here. Hopefully you guys can see that, and we're going to be fishing inside of this eddy right here, and then we'll kind of work our way kind of back and forth through here until we can pick up us a few of these crappie over here. Might catch some white, might catch whatever, you never know when you're on the river. So we're just going to fish today. But what we're going to do, we're going to cast out, and I'm going to start on the bottom. I'll let it go to the bottom. I'll line watch until I get slack, and then I'll just kind of start retrieving in very slowly. I'll have my rod tip at about, you want to angle your rod at about a 45-degree angle, and just kind of finesse it back in. And then the next cast will come up, and then the next cast will come up again. And what I do is I'll go up about a half a foot. Sometimes I may go a foot, but I don't make a drastic jump. I'll keep the same pace, the same retrieve, and once I probably get anywhere in between I'll say about a 4-second count, then I'll start back over again, and then the next time I'll either go slower or I may put a little bit more speed on it. You got to kind of try to figure out where they are in this water column out here when you're fishing the river, in my opinion. So let's get out here and see what we can do. And what I'm going to be doing is you have to watch the actual the water. And what I mean by watching the water, when they're generating this water, it changes a lot. The current may come back, it may go, forward. The top is important too, but the undertow, in my opinion, is the most important. I done threw out and cast and hung up the first time. All right, there we go. So the top water is important to watch too as well, but the actual undertow, in my opinion, is the most important. That can play a big factor in your jig fall. You make a cast out, and when you start your retrieve, it liable to be right in front of you. So you want to line watch to pay attention to your jig fall. If you can get it to where it almost comes almost straight back to you, then you're in a good spot. But if you start your retrieve and you see your line starting to drift off to the right or drift off to the left, dramatically, then in my opinion, I would, reel in and recast back out and just kind of adjust to the way the current is actually pulling your bait. You want it to actually try to come back, as much as possible, as straight as possible. It's not going to always come, straight back, but you want to get it as close as possible as you can. You want to be in total control of your bait and have it looking as natural as possible. And on the river, the water changes so much with them generating it, so that's why I said, in my opinion, it's big time key to pay attention to that. That way you'll kind of know where to cast at to be able to target these crappie that's on these river jetties. See, I've hung up again. So I know not to let it fall to that fall count again. Next time I make my next cast, hopefully I can get it unhung without having to tie up again. Oh, I did. And there's somebody's line. Oh, but I got unhung. Alright, so this time we're just going to angle over a little bit more to the right until that settled down. I really like this break right here. That's more to my left, but they have actually turned the generators up a little bit, so we're gonna just cast to the right just a little bit until that kind of calms down a little bit over there. It's almost about to settle down over there. I like that spot better, the way it's breaking off right there. But they have it too much generating too much right there, to where your baits won't go down to my liking. But it's almost about to settle back down over there. So we'll give it a few more seconds and we'll just check this other side of it a little bit farther to the right side and see. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm trying to speak loud, but I don't want to yell. It's a little windy and you can hear the waves hitting the bank and everything. As I've said in my previous videos and all of them, and there will be no edited done. I want everything to be, live to you guys. Y'all can see everything, every cast, every adjustments, hang-ups, all those types of things are important to me, and I can explain, adjustments that I make due to those, those certain situations and things like that. I want to explain everything as I'm going. See how I just hung up again. That current is still strong over there. I tried to cast back over there, but it's still generating hard. So we're gonna have to leave that area alone right there. I'm gonna try it one more time. This time I'm just not gonna let it go down so far. We'll just kind of flirt around with it over there and just see if we can time the fall count over there. But they got it up. They've got it generating coming down through here now. When I first got down here, it wasn't generating this hard right here. But that is what I'm liking right there. Try to stay out of this line that's right here. Somebody's done hung up down here as well. What I'm doing is just kind of fan casting around through here, kind of getting a feel of the undertow is what I'm doing now, and then I can adjust my fall count to how the undertow is. So just kind of free casting through here and checking how my line is going to be able to present my baits, if they're going to be able to come back straight or how much drift I have. Once I kind of get that figured out, there's a bite right there. There he is, guys. Right there. Got me a nice little fall count right in there, and then I got bit. All right, see, that didn't take long. Not at all. Didn't take long. Good fish. Good fish. Didn't take too long to kind of get that figured out right there. And what we'll do is you just, repeat the process. But you have to, in my opinion, you just have to kind of free cast out there and kind of get a feel of the undertow to see what the undertow's doing. And that'll give you a good little reference of how fast your baits are getting down, if they're drifting, if it's doing anything besides what you want it to do. And then you can adjust your next cast accordingly to that. So let's see if I was right about that, or that just one just right there. Oh, there's another one right there. All right. Back to back. All right, we might. I'm not gonna jinx myself just yet, but we might be on to something right here. We might. I don't know yet, but it's looking like we might be done found something. There's another one, guys. Good fish, good fish. See, this spot that I'm fishing right here, like I said, we've got a good little eddy right here, so it's allowing my baits to go down like I want them to, and my line is almost coming straight back to me. So that's what you want. Let's see if we can get us another one out there. My line is going down, pretty good right now. It's starting to tail a little bit, but not much. All right, see, this time I noticed that my jigs kind of hung up in the water column a lot higher than what I wanted it to do, and that just means that it's just a little bit faster where I casted it out there. So I'm going to shorten that up to see if we can get out of that little fast water right there and find that same speed of drop that we had a while ago. All right. Yep. All right. The undertow's strong right there, so we're not gonna cast right back there anymore. It's a little bit strong right there. I hung up, got loose, and then I hung up again. So it's definitely a little strong right there, and I'm probably not gonna get these back. That is hung up in those rocks down there pretty good. Yep. Yeah, that one's in there. It's not coming out. Oh, sorry guys, that one broke. So I am going to have to retie, and I will show you guys. Sorry about the camera pointing down, but I will show you guys how I rig up my double rig while we're rigging up. But these are the things that, you know, comes along with fishing the river. You're gonna hang up, and you're gonna hang up a lot. You know, you'll get it kind of figured out a little bit, but you're still gonna hang up occasionally as the water starts changing and they start generating. That's why I said it's important to pay attention to that undertow, man. The top water is important to look at too, but that undertow is more important in my opinion. All right, so this is how I do my double rig setup, and I see a lot of guys who tie theirs. I know the sun's probably going to be in our way, and they tie their top jig straight to the line, and in my opinion, you got to give it some play. But having it tied straight to the line, you're not getting no play, and that's why a lot are not getting bites so much on the top jig as they are the bottom jig. When it's tied directly to the line, there's no play. You got to give it some play. So what I'll do is I'll tie it and run it through the eye. Sorry if y'all can't see. I know this sun is bad, so trying to explain, and y'all can't see the line. I know y'all can't. So I'll try to do my best due to the condition we have. I'll run it through, and I'll tie almost like a loop knot almost on the top jig. Man, I wish I had a better angle for y'all. I'll run it through there 3 times, and then I'll take my index finger and stick it in there, and then I'll pull it away from the hook. The hook's here. I'll pull it away from there maybe about almost 2 inches, and then I'll stop. I'll let the hook go and grab it with this hand and pinch this side, and then I'll take the 2 lines that are together and just pull them and make that loop come right to where I have it pinched at, and then cinch it down. So that is my top jig here. I'm trying to do this out here, but the sun is not giving me no help. So now I have my top jig about a little over 1.5 inches, probably roughly about 2 inches away from the line. Y'all probably can't see that with the sun like that, so I do apologize, but the sun is so bright. And then the bottom jig, I just tie a regular, Palomar knot, fisherman knot, whatever you want to tie on the bottom, straight to the hook. It's no big deal to me, in my opinion. about the bottom jig, but the top jig is the one that's important. Is to give it, you got to give it some play. You have to give it some play. So let's get that tied on. Press that down. All right, get that off and then get our jigs back on, and we will get right back out in the water. But that is the thing about fishing the river, man. It will definitely cause your jigs to do this and do that. That's why I'm running a double 16. My preference, I won't fish with nothing no heavier than a 16. It's just a preference. Everybody likes what they like. But I only run this setup when they're generating the water fast like this, or they got enough current coming out. All right, we are back set up. So now we will kind of be a little bit more wise about that, and we'll shorten up the fall count just to test the undertow again. So if you do break off and you rig back up, you want to retest that. You want to retest the undertow again. So that's what we're doing right now, is just retesting it to see how much in control I am on my jigs, or is it pulling it. Alright, see, my line almost came back to me. So alright, let's get back down to the depth where we caught those last two. That wasn't bad. So now we'll get back down, letting those G's get back down to where we caught the last ones at. It's not bad of a undertow pull now. There's the wind picking up, but I hung up and I'm on some fishing line. I feel it down there. Oh, I got it. I got somebody's line. Oh, I lost it. Had somebody's line down there. Let it go down. Still kind of pulling over that way, so we won't go that far over next time we come in. Still kind of strong right in there. There's a bite. There's a fish right there, guys. Got him. Good bite. Good bite. Good fish. Good fish. Good fish. Yep, good fish. Ooh, good fish. Good crappie. There we go, guys. Got another one. Same spot. Like I said, it's about just playing with that fall count and paying attention to the back current. Can't stress that enough, guys. Can't stress that enough. That's a good fish right there. That's a good one. I can't stress that enough. It's all about that undertow, in my opinion. You want to be in full control of your baits when you're retrieving back. You want to be in full control of that. Let's see if there is another one right there. And notice I'm not casting very far out. Just right off the drop side of these rocks right here that I'm standing on this jetty right here. Not casting far out at all. I know there's some fishing line in there, and hopefully we can kind of stay away from that. And I think I just hung up in it again. I know there's some fishing line right there, but I don't know which way it's kind of floating around down through there. I'm rubbing on it now. I'm rubbing on that line. I can feel it. Yep. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it. If it'll stay on here, I might can get it. Oh my Lord, look at this gigantic crappie right here, guys. Oh, look at this giant crappie right here. Woo! It's a wall hanger right here. Look at this little guy eating this big old bait. Look at this. Look at this giant crappie right here that bit that. Hey, they gotta eat too, man. Get on back in there, buddy. He made me think I was rubbing on that fishing line down there. That was him down there tugging on it. That undertow grabbed me. I felt it. Alright, we out of it. I felt it grab me. Alright, we're just watching as it goes down, just kind of line watching. When it's almost going slack, guys, that's when I'm starting my retrieve back. That's where it seemed to be where they're at right now for me. As soon as it almost goes slack, that's where I've been getting my bites at. Water's changing up. I'm not sure if y'all can see this, how this water's changing so much right here. You know, when these conditions happen like this, that's what I'm explaining to y'all, that there's so many adjustments that you gotta, you know, factor in when these types of things happen. As they adjust the generator or have their generating water up there, you have to adjust with it. See, my jigs are just going down river now, so this might be a tough one right here. They're not going down, they're just floating. They are just floating down river now. Yeah, see, I kind of figured I wouldn't get a bite then. It's just doing a lot of It's doing a lot of changing. I'm gonna try it one more time right now. I'm watching my line. It's just taking off. This done got too strong right there. Too strong. But that's fine. That's fine. You just slide over a little bit. You just make the next cast in the next area. That's all you do. You just slide over just a little bit. More and more until those jigs are almost coming straight back. That's all you do. Like they're here, and I know that they're here. It's just finding them when this water starts changing. That's all it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm hung up. Yep, in there again. All right, I'm out. And that's the same way it's gonna be at your place. If y'all have a river system there, it's gonna be the same thing. But it's just about, again, it's just about figuring out the undertow. That's what it's going to be about. Alright, I got a good drop that time, but I kind of had a little more speed on it this time than what I was doing earlier, so that's kind of a good drop. So I'm gonna let it do its thing this time and fish the way I've been fishing when I first caught it. That was just me trying to get a feel of the undertow again, so it felt good that time. My line came almost directly back, so I'm gonna let it go down, and then I'll finesse it back in this time. I just put a little bit more speed on the last one to be able to get a feel. But this time we're gonna finesse this one, and hopefully we'll get bit this time. Yep, hung up. All right, we're out of it. But the best advice, man, that I can give y'all, man, is to get out and fish it. Get out and fish it. Learn it. Learn the drops. Learn the retrieves. Learn the eddies. And you'll find them. You will find them on the river. You will find them. It takes time to get out and fish it and learn it, but you're gonna go through some tackle, but that's part of it too. If you ain't hanging up, you ain't crappie fishing. I've said that many times. That's just part of it. But once you get that out of the way and get that fall count, kind of figured out, you'll lose less jigs once you get it figured out. You're still gonna lose them, but it'll be less. See, I got a good, this is nice right here. Now I just got to figure out where they're at off in there, how to present it right now. That water changes, move them around and everything. Then you gotta relocate them in the water column again. So we're just fan casting around, trying to locate them again out there. go down a little bit farther. I might hang up, but that'd be all right. I'm gonna let it go down a little bit farther. See if they went down a little bit. There was a bite. Oh, missed him. But there was a bite. Little bitty light tick right there. Maybe they done moved over on this side now. But there was a tick right there. I don't know if y'all can see how this water's moving. Let's see if I can pan over here and let y'all see how this water's coming down through here like that. Maybe y'all will get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Alright, we're gonna start our retrieve in now. Probably went too far down. Hopefully I don't get hung up. And I did. But we're out of there. We escaped. I'm living right. Let's go out a little farther. If they don't went back. I've been throwing kind of midway shallow, so this time I'm gonna go a little bit farther back and let's just see if they done went backwards a little bit. I was hoping maybe to get, one or two more on here before I head out. But I had to stop by and check it out. I got a couple that I'm going to take home with me. Not many. And to show y'all, how to be able to work your baits and how to, fish the river and show you things to look for and how to be able to make adjustments to be able to find them. And this is just off the bank, no electronics, no anything. This is just, off of knowledge and, time spent on the water. I do this a lot. This is a passion of mine. I love doing this. Coming out, catching, fishing, learning. I learn different stuff every time I go. Different retrieves, different fall counts. I teach myself stuff all the time when I come out and go fishing. And to be able to share that with you guys, man, that's the whole point of this channel. He said, well, it's not all about going out catching 3-pounders, things like that, but just getting out, enjoying the day and catching good fish, or just enjoying the day, period. Because there's days you go out and you catch fish, and there's days you go out you don't. That's why, that's one of the main reasons of my no edit, is that way, I can show everything that happens out when I'm out fishing. I want to be able to explain those little bitty things that get overlooked. You know, those little bitty things go a long way when it comes to fishing, when you just can't, you know, take a jig and put it on his nose like that. Those little bitty things makes a big difference. And this is just fun. This is the fun and the best way to catch them, in my opinion. Because every cast is a potential bite. Every cast. Yep, hung up again. Boy, that undertow is something else now. I'm starting to hang up a lot more than what I was. And I don't think I'm gonna get this one back. That one got wedged in there really good. Yep, that one's in there really good. So I'm probably gonna just end this video on that one, because this one is not gonna come out. That one's stuck off in there really good. I'm gonna have to break it. So yeah, that's where we're gonna end this video at. I'm gonna take you guys off my chest, and I'll break this off in here in just a second. Take you guys off. Again, I want to thank y'all for coming along with me as we come out and fish the river. But yeah, if you guys have a river system there at y'all's place, get out and fish it. I encourage everybody to get out and fish it, man. And just, I know I said it a bunch of times in my videos, man, but just pay attention to the undertow, and you want to make sure that your line is coming back to you as much as possible, as straight as you can. And if not, just make adjustments until you can almost get it to come back. If I can leave y'all with anything, man, and just fish it, and you'll find them. I promise you'll find them. It just takes time and to learn it. If you've never fished the river before, man, just put time on the water, and you'll find them. And so with that being said, I'll leave y'all with my tip again. If you take a man some fish, you can feed him for a day. But if you teach a man how to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. Y'all be good, and God bless. See y'all on the next one.